Hello, everyone. I am so happy to be on here tonight. I have had one busy day, but the good thing about it is that I was just trying to finish watching an amazing webinar that I just thought was fabulous. And it was, if you guys haven't ever heard of her, it was with Lakeisha Davis, and she talks all about LinkedIn. And oh my goodness, I follow her on LinkedIn. Her content is amazing. If you totally relate with her 100% or not, her content is amazing. So that's what caused me to run late. And I am so sorry about that. Did not mean to be late. But as y'all come in, holler at your girl in the chat so I can know you're here. But I'm going to go over a few things with y'all initially. I'm sorry, I just feel like my little spot here is out of whack. But I'm going to go over a couple things that I really want y'all to know. And I just want to share those with you guys so that y'all can kind of see where I am. But hello, as you guys are arriving, just know that I'm going to come back to the chat in just a second. It's just that right now, I want to share a couple things with you guys. So, a little official tonight, y'all. I didn't mean to be this official, but I definitely wanted to get things out there to y'all. So let me share my screen. And I figured since I'm using Zoom, then why not just go at a different angle with this thing tonight? So what I want you guys to see is a couple things that I want to talk about these free resume reviews, because they're getting busy, which is great, but I want to make sure that you guys are getting as much value as you can out of them. So these free resume reviews are what are being presented by Tamika, who's been working in human resources for the last 10 years. July 2012 being my 10th year, my first year of working. And so July 2022 made 10 years. But I started my master's degree about 2 years before that. So I've been kind of claiming this 10-year thing for a while. But I've definitely been immersed in HR since my first class while I was getting my double master's degree, my MBA in HRM. So I am SHRM SCP certified, and I am the visionary behind Hey HR. And so I want to go over a couple things with you guys because I have some really good news to tell you. And so the first thing is that just so y'all know, like take a screenshot, send it to your friends, whatever you need to do. But the requirements to get your resume reviewed is that you have to be on HR's email list. That's first thing, right? And I think all of you know that. You know that that's the only way I'm going to accept it. That's the only way it's going to get reviewed. I don't want to have to go back and like add you onto the list. Just jump onto the list. And if you're not on the list, you won't know about it. You won't know when I'm accepting them, and you won't get put into the slot. But you gotta wait on that email that says submit your resume to send me your resume. I'm okay if you send it early. It's just that it won't get reviewed. I might forget it. This is a one-person show. I work a full-time job. I'm a mother, a sister, a daughter. And so all of those things get in the way. And so I might not get back to that. But if you get that email, they all circulate into one place, which makes me never forget to review your resume. So when you get that resume, you have to click on that link. Replying to that email is not going to get you on the list. I'm sorry. Sometimes I can reply and tell you guys that. Sometimes I can't. I think I've gotten to pretty much everybody. I might have missed a couple people. But if you do not hit the button that's in the email, your resume won't get listed. And so I'm no longer accepting resumes by just replying to that email. Y'all know I initially did that because I wasn't thinking I'd do it this long. But now that we're doing it for much longer than I planned, then we got to keep this thing in order, or y'all gonna cause me to go crazy. So the next thing is just, you like, well, Tamika, why do I have to be on the email list? There are benefits to being on HR's emails list. And the first thing is that you get weekly job postings. So every Friday I send you out a job posting that you can apply to. And it's not your regular job posting, or it's not like so many job postings where you're like wondering, well, is this remote? Or do I have the option to work hybrid? What's the salary? I put all of that in there with a direct link to apply. And then you also get access to my monthly calendar so that you can schedule when we're going to have a resume review, when we're going to do a Q&A, what video may be coming out that you're really interested in. And you can already know ahead of time so you ain't trying to figure it out later, right? Another way is you can directly send me suggestions on what dates you want the resume reviews to be. I pick dates and I go with what dates works for me. But if you guys are saying, hey, Tamika, I need this date, I have no problem taking that into consideration, as well as Q&As. You can say, hey, Tamika, I really like that last Q&A. I need you to do another one. and you can also tell me, Tamika, these products that you have are nice, but I really need XYZ. So being on the email list, you get an option to kind of give input to driving the results of HR. And you also get discounts on my products. I only send certain discounts to just my email folks. And you also get early access to those new products. So for those of you who've been on the email list for a long, long time, or since I started it, then you know that before I launched my website and before I launched those products where the public can see it, you guys had early access the day before. You definitely took advantage of it. I'm not going to stop it. It's something that you guys like. I think it's a great benefit to being on the list. And if you're on my list, then you get tons of other resources. So I don't just leave you with just this or just that. I give y'all my full transparency. I give you my story. I give you my struggles, but I also give you ways to avoid my struggles so that you can get to that HR career success sooner than I did. So during these resume reviews, the biggest thing I want y'all to do is share the live with your other friends. Share it with your coworker, your homegirl, your sister, your brother, your cousin, whoever you think that can benefit from this. Whoever you spend your time, venting with all the time. Who was that homegirl? You be like, girl, I can't wait till I get my job in HR, blah, blah, blah. Share it with her right now. Like, share it right now and say, jump on Tamika's doing live resume reviews. You can learn from this even if your resume review is not there. And for those of you who are in here, take notes. I can't tell you how many people have told me that they have started getting job interviews or even job offers from watching the resume reviews and not even submitting their resume. That floored me. That floors me all the time. You guys have said that so often. I'm so happy for you guys. But that's another big benefit of watching these resume reviews while they're public. I don't know how long I'll keep doing this, even in a public atmosphere. So we're talking about doing it for free. I might not do it just for the world like I'm doing it right now. And make sure in the chat to put your questions and your feedback, even if I'm not doing your resume review. If you got a question, you're like, hold up, this looks a lot like my resume, or I got this concern, this just triggered my mind now, then make sure you put it in the chat. Like, come on, share this live, share it now. There's a little button at the bottom. Just start sending out in a text message. Y'all jump on this live. You don't want to miss it. And be prepared to take some notes or do some screenshots, whatever you want to do. But the notes are better in this sense because in the beginning I have this cutesy little slide, but once I start doing resume reviews, we'll do them like normal. And so after the resume reviews, what are you looking for? So after the resume reviews, you want to make sure that you go straight to Google and leave your girl a review on her Google page. Like, just search Hey HR, the Google page will come up. Leave me a review. What did you think of the resume review? If it's good, bad, or indifferent, like, just put something there. I appreciate that all of my reviews so far are amazing. I thank you all for doing it. But I'm a person that I have thick skin and I believe in constructive criticism. So if somebody says I'm doing something wrong or something that's not attractive or whatever, I take that into consideration. So complete the follow-up survey. For all of you who are on the resume reviews for tonight, which makes 11 of you guys. I was trying to do 10 and I didn't close out the form in enough time. So we have 11 that we're going to go through tonight. And then I closed the form. If any of you tried again and y'all saw it was closed. So you got to wait till it opens again, because otherwise I get way too many. But you'll get a survey by email. So just tell me, how did things go for you from this resume review? I want to make sure that I'm hitting on things. I might miss something. There might have been a tidbit of information I could have coached you better on or whatever. I want to make sure that I know that. I only know that if you guys reply to that survey. And I'm doing this thing absolutely for free. No cost to you guys. Complete cost to me. And so I feel like, look out for your girl. Do the resume, the survey. For all of you who have done it so far, I really appreciate y'all, like, real talk. So do me a favor, the same way y'all are filling out that survey, doing those Google reviews. If y'all really feel amazing about this, like, go ahead and do a quick little story about it and your IG stories, or even a post, or even on LinkedIn, and tag Hey HR. On LinkedIn, you're going to tag Tamika Green. But on IG, tag me in it. Sometimes I see you guys post stuff about, like, my videos or whatever I may have posted. And if I didn't look at your stories, I would have known it was there. So feel free to do that. Tag me to death. I would really appreciate it, because I would know that you guys are getting value out of it. Otherwise, I'm like, well, should I stop? Like, I don't really hear nothing. People ain't really saying nothing. They might not like it. So when you guys do that, that gives me feedback too. But free resume reviews ain't gonna last long. It won't. I don't know when I'll stop them. And my plan isn't to stop them tomorrow. I'll tell you one thing, my plan is not to stop them before October 14th. We're gonna at least get one more in before then, if not two. But it's not gonna last long, guys. Like Thursdays are super busy for me. That's my day on my full-time job that I meet with all my hiring managers. So I'm in back-to-back meetings all day. And I just think that this is so valuable, that it's a good time for you to just jump in now. I don't know what else to say. But they ain't gonna last long because your girl be tired after these things. And so, and by the time I already worked all day from like 7 in the morning until this time of night at 7 at night, like I'm really pushing my brain. And when I'm done every single time I'm done with resume reviews, y'all, I can't tell you no lie, I be so damn tired. Like I might chat on the phone for a minute and then I go straight to sleep. Like 5-minute shower, take the makeup off, I'm in sleep mode. But if you want a more customized approach and you like, listen to me, I ain't doing all of this online thing. Everybody see my business. I hear you about taking it out and blah, blah, blah. But I need more info than that. Then just schedule a call with me. You go to HR.com and schedule a call. Everyone that has had a call with me, feel free to tell folks about your experience in the chat. And so the last thing is the calendar. I don't know if y'all be looking at this on the weekly email. And I send this out, and I primarily used to send it out just at the beginning of the month. But, let me know in the chat if I should send it more often. So if I should send the calendar out more than one time per month, then put a 2 in the chat. That way I know I need to put out more often. But do a quick screenshot so you guys can see what this month's calendar looks like, because the white ones are telling you the videos that will come out on YouTube. That's the topic of the videos that will come out on YouTube. The purple ones are telling you when I'm going live. So like today, I'm going live with a resume review. On the 15th, I'll be going live with amazing Deja, and she is going to talk to us all about career pivots. And then on the 22nd, we're going to go live with Cassie, where she's going to tell y'all how to get that resume right, because you talk to someone who specializes in HR resumes, but Cassie specializes in all resumes. She does resumes for everything under the sun, even executive level resumes. She has 100,000 followers on IG, 100,000 on LinkedIn. She's amazing at this thing. She's been doing it for quite some time. And she's also a full-time HR professional. And then lastly, on the 29th, we're going to go live with Jen Trum, where Jen is going to help women in HR. So she has a support group that can help females who are working in HR. And so the biggest thing I want to tell y'all is if y'all want to get a $300 cash app, then y'all might want to get on your girl email list. You want $300? If y'all want $300, then tell me in the chat. Let me try to see if I can pull it up on my phone real quick so I can take a peek at it, at the chat, because I'm not looking at the chat right now and I wish I was. And I'm telling y'all to put stuff in the chat and then I can't even see what y'all putting in the chat. So I definitely want to know if y'all want me to put the calendar and the emails more than once, put a 2 in the chat. So I only see 1, 2. So if I only see 1, 2, then I may as well just send it to Keisha more than once. But if y'all want me to send it out more than once, like every week on Fridays, I can just leave the calendar there, then put a 2 in the chat. Oh, y'all getting them emails. I love it. You were waiting on this live all day. That's what I'm talking about. See, I get in the chat and I get excited with y'all. But the next thing is, I need y'all to tell me one thing. If y'all want to win $300, then put 300 in the chat. Y'all want to win $300? Like, I'm gonna just cash app it to you straight from Hey HR. Cash app. Here's your $300. Tell me if you want to know how you can win the $300. Like, tell me, do you want to know how you can win this $300? If you want to know, you need to let me know. You want to know, because I'm letting in the chat and I'm waiting to see when y'all get there. I know that's right. I'm loving it. Put these 300s in the chat, honey. I see the 2s, y'all. Y'all got me. I'm gonna put it out there every week on Friday. I'll put the calendar along with the job posting. Remember, we do that too. And we do the recap of the videos for the week. Oh, y'all want this $300? What? I want $300 too, but I want to give you $300 because y'all been amazing to me. And I think that it's time for HR to give back again. Y'all remember we had so much fun for our year anniversary where we gave out 10 different prizes, like tons of gift cards ranging from $20 to $100, right? This time I said, hell with the gift cards, because folks be forgetting to give me their address so I can mail it to them. I only had like 2 or 3 folks that did that, and I had to do some scuffling around to get stuff to other people. But this time I said, you know what, I want to make it easy. So when they win, while I'm on the live, bam, here's your $300 through Cash App. So I love it. Okay, y'all want to know when and how. That's what's up. So I'm gonna tell you how to get this money. So how you get this money is you just go to HR.com if you're not already on the email list. If you're already on the email list, you already checked off the first two things, right? So you got to be on the email list. Only people on the email list is getting an opportunity to get $300. Like that's it. And I'm debating if I should give away $100 and $300. So let's get this email list going. Share it with the folks who y'all know want to work in HR. Don't just share it with anybody, but share it with the folks who wants to work in HR, trying to get their career right. And if the numbers start getting good on how many people we have in there, then it's going to be too many people just to give out one Cash App. So we're going to have to give out another one. And so all you have to do is you wait for an email that's going to say, here's the survey. That's going to be the subject. And when you see that email, you're going to click on a survey in there. It'll be a button. And you click on that button and you fill out that survey and make sure to click submit when you're done with that survey. Now you have to be a US resident and live in the US for me to be able to send you this Cash App, because I don't want no issues with exchanging foreign exchange money and all of that stuff like that. And I'm not gonna like try to like change what the denomination is. You'll get the equivalency of $300 in US dollars, but I'm gonna avoid all of that because I don't even know what my limits are with that. So you got to be in the US. And then you got to be present on September 30th. That's a Friday. I know y'all probably want to go out, but if you want to go out and have a good time on $300 in your Cash App, then you really want to be on this live because you might get $300 to go ahead and start your weekend off right. September 30th, put it on your calendar now. That's going to be the day that I'm going to go live, literally, so we can just give out. And we'll probably do like a Q&A, but we definitely want to make sure that we're giving out this $300 on September 30th. And you just hit that submit button on the survey. I want y'all to be as transparent and real as you can on this survey. This is not going to be the quick service that you guys get. This won't take you a couple minutes. So y'all gonna work for this $300. It might take you like 3 minutes. The other surveys take you like 30 seconds. Alrighty, so y'all already know all of that. I'm gonna stop sharing because that's the end of my little slide deck right there. And what I'm going to do is check and see what y'all got going on in the chat. And then we're going to dive into resume reviews. Was that helpful? Was everybody kind of excited to see that kind of stuff? I think that was helpful stuff. Let's see. I know that's right. I didn't tell you, girl. So you caught it, right? You see how we going to get y'all this $300. All right. Y'all did y'all screenshots. Y'all already see how y'all getting this money? I didn't tell you when, where, and how. I give you all of that. On YouTube, well, on my email list, and you're gonna receive the email. You're gonna fill that out, and then you're gonna get this money via Cash App on September 30th. You just got to come back on that live. You know, I didn't want it to feel so stuffy, so that's why I try to avoid the visuals. And oh my God, I'm happy to hear that because I was like, man, I don't want it to feel like a lecture. I want them to feel like we in happy hour. Y'all know I got my little red wine. Y'all know how I do. And so I just didn't want it to feel so stuffy. So that's why I try not to do the visuals. But honey, I'll be ready with them visuals, honey. If you want it, we're gonna do it more often. And I'll probably put those up at the beginning of resume reviews from now on. So that's kind of how we'll do that. All right, so now we're gonna dive into these resume reviews, and I'm gonna get to the names so that I'm gonna just call y'all names out in no particular order, so you guys can know whose resume I'm reviewing tonight, and that way you guys know to stay on, like stay on the live or prepared. You know, I'd rather you stay on the live because then you can ask whatever questions I have, but otherwise you can just prepare to watch the replay. And so I'm going to start with the 3 people that I missed the last time. And I wish I had known your names, but T. Scott is the email. Miss Thomas is the email. Okay. Daishua, I believe it is. Sorry if I'm botching your name. And Ella Reese. So I'm going to do the 3 of you. Let's see, because I don't think I had a spot in there. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. All right, so those are the 3 we're starting with. And then when we're done with those 3, we're going to go to LaShandra Dotson, Desiree Wilson, Vimal. Oh, so that's your name. Okay, you in the chat going wild already. Lakeisha Owens, Adriana Delgado, Demetria Jones, Andrew Wagner, and Aaron Steele. So those are the folks that we're going to go to. And so now let's start with Miss T. Scott first. And let's get this resume up. Oh, that's Tamika Scott. All right. I don't know why it's being weird. All right. Of course, I would remember Tamika's name because we got the same name. And Tamika's link is broken somehow. So let's go and pull this out another way. Okay. So Deja, I was able to pull yours up. Let's grab Tamika's. I'm gonna try another way to grab Tamika's. Tamika Scott. Here we go, Tamika Scott. Oh, I wonder if it's being weird because it's in PDF. I shouldn't have a problem pulling up PDF. I pulled up somebody else's. All right, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all know, some areas I'm really good with technology, and some areas I struggle. I really struggle. Tamika, you in the room? If you in here, see, yeah, girl, that's me right here. You know, let me know you. All right, Tamika. Yes, you got your notes ready? That's what I'm talking about. All right, T. Scott, you knew that was you. You knew that was you. All right, so let's get to sharing the screen. All right, Tamika. So this is where we are. I can't literally download it all the way because it's PDF, but I can look at it from this view, which works for me. And so Tamika, I love your name, just so you know. I love your name. So first things first. Oh, Tamika, you live in Lithonia. My aunt used to live there. She passed though. So I absolutely love that you have it positioned this way. I would put my name in the middle. And I would probably make it bold, but it stands out just like that because you have like that line there, so it looks great. But you do have some white space here that you can use, and you can just go into the margins and go to the header and make it smaller. So you can move that up a bit. But I'm gonna tell you straight up, Tamika, that's too long. You're making folks work for your information. You're supposed to give them something quick that they can read. And let me look at something real quick. I'm gonna stop sharing real quick because I want to see if Tamika's aiming for an HR job or not. And Tamika, look at how this worked out. Last time you said you weren't gonna make it, now you're here. You are here. Okay, so Tamika is trying to start her HR career already. Because that always tells me like what direction to go on for y'all. All right, so let's go back to sharing real quick. I'm coming, Tamika. All right, so that's too long. Since you're trying to work in HR, you just need to stay focused on like a 2-liner, 3-liner right there. I probably would just start with what I want to do. Human resources professional, human resources business partner, human resources generalist, human resources manager, human resources director with over X years of retirement experience. I wouldn't go through breaking down the years. I would just list them. So diversity experience, analytical experience, and see like you just use the experience like 3 times in just the first 2 lines. So you want to stop being redundant in those areas. I probably wouldn't focus on the retirement fund because now this is saying to all companies that doesn't have a little retirement fund, maybe they use a third party or whatever, that, oh, okay, she can't work here. She's used to working in a public area, we're in a private area, because I've worked for municipalities before, and municipalities are amazing, but that really can niche you where people are like, oh no, we're not as focused as that or whatever. And so you can really turn folks off if you're applying to somewhere that's not a municipality. Now, if you're applying to another municipality, absolutely okay to leave that in there. But I would just say, you know, work with 298 different organizations, which was, you know, over 40,000 participants. So handling confidential information is a gimme because we already know that from the information you're handling, so I wouldn't put that in there. Now see right here is where you should have started. But the rest of it, you can chop it down into like a half a line or one line. Seeking and stimulating, and I would take stimulating out because now you're telling people like, it can take people in a different direction. So I would just say seeking human resources, career opportunity, whatever you are. No, so I would just say seeking blank position, like whatever that position is. And then you can continue with the ability to utilize my current professional innovative skills. Driven to be subject matter expert. Yeah, you don't even need that last line because that if you give a powerful enough 2 to 3 liner in your summary, then that tells people already, like, hey, listen, I'm gonna be your subject matter expert. Because the thing that tells people you're a subject matter expert is when you say 15 years of experience, 298 different organizations, 40,000 different employees. And instead of participants, I would use employees because you want to use words that's going to catch the applicant tracking system that's going to look familiar to that job. Participants are employees because you can't participate in the retirement system if you're not employed or previously employed or have been employed at some point when you talk about municipalities. So yeah, break that down to like a 2-3 liner. Career related assessments, KSAs. KSAs are good, but I'm gonna be honest with you, KSAs are old. So now you're dating yourself, right? If you put KSAs for older organization, they're gonna be excited. If you put KSAs to an organization that's innovative, always thinking ahead, always doing some strategic planning, some forecasting, they're gonna say, oh, she isn't up to our speed because now people are using KPIs and OKRs in place of KSAs. So I would just put professional skills. Boop, keep it easy. And I would take that out and just hit Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Google Docs, Adobe. I would just put document management system and not a specific one, and then retirement system and not a specific one. Because now when you put the specific one, you really narrow yourself into that industry, that type of company, whatever. Now, if you want to stay in it, fine to keep it there. And then I wouldn't put like knowledge, skills, and ability. Because again, you're just gonna say professional skills in that spot. I'm gonna come back to this career related assessment because I need to see the rest of this resume to see what it fits into. But I would just make this like 3 or 4 lines of these words and just make them just the words. Cool? Alrighty. So your professional experience. Oh, awesome. You're already the manager of retirement benefits and administration. What sticks out to me initially before I even start reading your bullet points is the 15%, the 45%, the 30 days. That's where you are now, and you were analyst before. Oh, good. I'm happy you only got those 2. And we're gonna get to that too. So since you have these 2, it's probably okay to keep these long bullet points, but I probably would just clean up this top area, put the career related assessments last. You have enough experience to pivot you right into a full-time HR position. So I would put that absolutely last because maybe you might go to a company that doesn't use this type of software for career related assessments. So now that just looks like a perk when you've already shown them, hey, I fit your job, not particularly this job where I am. Bad thing about it is you've been with this company so damn long, that's all you know. And I could tell because you're just talking only about them. And you don't want to talk about them. You want to talk about you want to make yourself look like you can fit in any job there is. So I would take career related assessments, put it to the bottom, put these KSAs as professional skills and just bullet point them, put like 3 or 4 columns with bullet points and be done. And then before I went into all of those bullet points where I'm going to go into those 2, because I feel like that's going to be easy for you. You're probably going to keep majority of those. I would just go ahead and put for your education area, I wouldn't have it spaced out so much because it really looks like you're like seeking multiple things. So I would only put the MBA or the MPA in bold, but I wouldn't like put the rest of it in bold. And I don't see much of what you've learned here that really is directly to HR. So I'd probably take relevant courses out and just and you can leave the GPA if you want. That's a good GPA, so it's nothing wrong with keeping it there. And then your Bachelor of Sociology. Yep, and I would keep that there. And I probably put them all on one line. And then for your APHR certification, first of all, you got too much experience to be going for APHR. Like, I would just go for a PHR. Like, I'm sure you hit the qualifications because these are like HR related jobs. They might not be directly HR, but when you're working with benefits and the retirement, like that's considered HR. Like, if you went and sit for SHRM, you could totally sit for the SCP or the CP. So I would, kind of think about which one I'm going to go for, like reconsider that, because that A says that you're a beginner and you're not a beginner. You've been doing this since 2006. And then I would put anticipated completion and put the date that you anticipate, not currently preparing for, because they're going to be like, well, what's she waiting on? Like, how long has she been currently preparing? I would just put what I hope to complete that date by, or whatever, what date I hope to complete that certification, or what date I'm going to be sitting for the exam, or what date I'm aiming to sit for the exam, and just put anticipated completion. So there we go. And honestly, that certification should be in a section by itself as certifications, and education should only be over your 2 degrees, because that's the certification. So for your bullet points, the biggest thing I want to tell you is keep them no more at 2 lines. Like, I'm going to look back at these and see if they even need to be 2 lines, but 3 lines is a no-no. Like, when you're already hitting on 2 different percentage points here, that tells me that already could have been 2 lines, because you're hitting on 2 different factors of success. So I would not leave that as 2 bullet points. 3 lines. Like, that just looks like a whole paragraph down here. Like, all of these 3-liners, shrink them down, 1 or 2 lines. When you see you only got 1 word landing over like that, figure that out. Like, and you can put the %. There. And then why do you have and 2 times? So I'm gonna read through that, but you shouldn't have and 2 times in 1 line. So that automatically make that a 1-liner. Retirees, analyzing. I would just say analyzing retirement data for 40,000 active term vested retirees and retirees. Like, I wouldn't do review of retirement evaluation data. Just analyzing data, retirement data for. See, you already got that down. And then here we go. We only got 1 line here again. When you got these acronyms in there, please have them spell out somewhere. So if this is your first time using it, spell it out, put it in parentheses on the side, and then use it again. That's where you can kind of use those English skills. But everybody don't know what that means. I've been working in municipalities and retirement for my first 4 years of my career, or 5 years of my career. I don't even know what that means. So if you go to, what you don't want to do is make somebody feel like they need to Google something. Little things like that can get you out of the running. Check your spacing, because some of the stuff looks like it's not like the normal space, and that's what's taking you over to the next line. All right, Tamika, we done. Let me see if you got any questions, because we're gonna go to the next one. I didn't give you enough love because we share the same name. So now I got to show somebody else some love. And let me see if y'all got any questions in here for me. All right, Tamika, that's what I'm talking about. I love it. I asked the girl for feedback. That's what she's giving me. Okay, great. Yes, 15. Okay, was it sure? Okay, I love it. Hey, Sean. Yes, I am. I know. Okay, Tamika, girl, I loves you. Here. All right, got the notes ready. That's what I'm talking about, Adriana. Adriana, I think you're on the list, isn't it? Oh my God, y'all, when I talk about feedback, that's what I'm talking about. When I say blow me up in the chat, give me feedback, that's what I'm talking about right there. Y'all know them Tamikas be handling it. I'm just saying. Hey, Raven. That's my girl, Miss IRB. Y'all, if y'all need some hair products for your natural hair, your kinky hair, your black girl hair, if you relax, or if you have natural hair, that's the best products ever. That's all I use in this hair. Mine is IRB. IYURVE. I have a discount code that y'all can use. Raven, I forgot what my discount code is. It's in the link. It's on my website, and it's in my link and my IG. But definitely use it, y'all. When I tell y'all these edges were struggling, now look at it. Y'all got your girl got to try to lay them things down for y'all. That's what I'm talking about. These edges were struggling, honey. I was wearing them halfway. These things was messing me up. And then I damaged my hair really bad. And so I'm gonna show y'all some pictures. They're on Raven's page, but I sent her some pictures last time I got a relaxer because, honey, child, that thing was rough. All right, we're gonna go to the next one real quick. Y'all ready? We're gonna hit the next one. All right, Tamika, so we all done? And Deja Thomas, that's what we coming at next. I already got you pulled up. So we ready for you. I'm gonna share this screen real quick. Now, Tamika didn't leave it rough for y'all. Y'all got a lot y'all got to fit in now. Like, she showed y'all what feedback looks like. Uh-oh, I'm supposed to be sharing all that with y'all. And so y'all got to be ready. That girl was in that chat. That's some Tamika's for you now. Them girls know how to follow instruction. All right, so Deja, I love this. I really need to get in the habit of looking at this first. Okay, so you're non-HR. But that's not non-HR. Well, if you want to be a recruiter, a sourcer, or work as a recruiting coordinator, that's totally HR. Totally HR. All right, and we aiming for more money. So now I know exactly where to go at with you, honey. Yeah, that's totally HR. That's all HR right there. That's a lot of what I do per day. All righty, so now that we're here, I'm gonna glance over this real quick. Okay, so currently you're not working in HR, you're trying to get into HR, gotcha. All right, so first things first, y'all use these templates, and these templates don't really make y'all look amazing all the time because it's a lot to work with. You got to work around what somebody has put in place for you to work with, and if it's not your vision, it don't work out real good. But the first thing is, I like how your name would be big up here if you had it up here. I like how you got your phone number, your email address, but make sure to put your LinkedIn profile. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, you need to get one, especially if you're trying to work in a recruitment. Because that's the first thing they're going to look for, because that's one of the tools you will use to start working as a recruiter, a source, or whatever. And it helps you in interviews. If you already have a LinkedIn profile, you get used to knowing how to move around it, because that's one of the biggest tools to find talent. So here, I don't like hard worker because that's so like entry level. I would put disciplined and experienced and problem solving. I would take service out because service speaks to what you're doing. So I would say problem solving, networking, time management, and attracting employees. And I wouldn't say I want to break into recruiting because we can already see you trying to break in because you don't have any experience there. So I wouldn't worry about that. Now, when you get to your experience, oh, you've been working it since 2015. All right, let's see. Now you got me working on this one. Skills, teamwork, collaboration, strong communication skills, conflict resolution. I would take the languages off if all you got is English. If you have more than English, I would keep it on there. Okay, so I'm assuming you didn't go to school beyond high school, so that's what we have. So what you're gonna have to do is start looking at putting percentages and numbers in here to give volume to what you can do, because it's totally not related. So one big thing you want to do is look at that job description for that recruiter. So biggest jobs you want to look at is recruiter and sourcer or recruiting coordinator. Those are all good jobs to look at to start your career. And what I would do is look at the tools that I've used. So I would have those transferable skills up there that you have with your skills. But I also look at implementing what I've used. So you use Microsoft Word and PDF to create this. So in that skills list, I would put Microsoft Office and put Word, Outlook, Excel, PowerPoint, whichever ones you've ever used. And then obviously, I'm sure if you've ever been, because I'll change that. If you ever use like Zoom, Teams, what is it called? Meet and greet or whatever that one is. Go-to meetings. Any of those like streaming services where you have a virtual meeting, you want to put those there. You also want to put something as simple as like Google navigation, web navigation. If you ever use any Google Docs, any of those things, you got to think about all your technology skills to put over here. Because right now, if I look at this, I would be nervous to bring you in, because I'm like, not only did she not come in the industry, but is she comfortable with computers? Like, is that going to be a scare for her? Is it going to be an extremely long learning curve? Because in recruitment coordinating, sourcing, you're going to use a lot of digital tools. So you need to dump dive every digital tool you think you've ever used. Every digital platform you've ever used, you need to kill it in that area. The next thing, because that's going to help you pivot on in. The next thing beyond this, I probably would normally say on a client call, but I'm gonna tell you, you got to build your network because you have absolutely no experience, or you got to look for a staffing agency that's going to look less at experience and more at your work volume on an everyday basis to start your career. I would say, how many products did I work with customers for on a regular, like average everyday basis? Like, did I work with 20 products with up to 100 customers per day, or what? So put that in there. When you maintain inventory for the store and visual presentation, like, what did that turn into? Maintain inventory and increase the sale rate for the front store staff or whatever. Build and maintain positive relationships is a good one. Safety, cleanliness, and hazards, take that out. I know you don't have much to work with as it relates to HR, but look in that job description, see what you've done or work with, because for those positions, it's really a good bit of transferable skills, but you want to take their eyes off of what you're doing now and make yourself look more like a recruiter. Resolve and de-escalate customer issues to address customer concerns. I put that one first. Provide efficient and courteous customer service. That's a good one to keep. Process cash and cart. So I would take that out completely. I would take this next one, arrange and replenish foods. Take that out. Deliver service excellence too. Yep. Supervise. I would keep that in. Supervise others and provide on the job training. So I probably put that to the top and say, how many people did I supervise? And that'll be one line. Supervise X number of people in this period of time. So maybe I supervised 20 people in 6 months. Then I put that as my first line. My second line, I would say provided training for 20 X employees in this period of time through this number of steps, so that people can see that you know how to break that down. Because when you start doing sourcing, recruiting, things like that, we looking to see how, not only how much volume you can push, but how can you explain it? So if you can explain that in your resume, then obviously she'll be able to explain that I looked through 4 different platforms, built a list of 100 different candidates, sent messages to 100, got 60 messages back, converted 30 of them into the applicant tracking system, right? So that's what you're gonna do. Was that helpful? Are you on here? Let me see. Was that helpful? Yeah, LinkedIn will say, oh, Riley in the house. Thank you, Riley. I think it is HR. Raven. Be Riley with them eyeballs, I tell you. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. LinkedIn is going to be huge. So listen to Riley. Riley is the HR director, HRBP. So please, y'all pay attention to his chats. So I don't know if she's here. So I'm gonna go on to the next one real quick. Let's see who's up next. Because this is the next one I missed from last time. And then we're gonna dive into the new one. So LaShondra, you look like you're gonna be first. And this is gonna be Ella Reese, I believe is her name. Oh, Jasmine Brown. All right, Jasmine, you ready? Because I'm about to start sharing. All right, Jasmine. So I like, I do my resume just like that. I put the MBA, HRM, SHRM, SCP, little, just like that. And I make my name big. But I like the way you got that. People can easily see your information. Make sure that your email and your LinkedIn are clickable. I don't know, it could be on here, but I just don't know. Human resources professional. Wouldn't be a bad idea to aim it down because you have so many words here, which is good. But as you apply to each one, if this isn't getting you interviews and the interview that you want, then I would look at using more than one version of a resume. So I would put talent acquisition up here by itself, get rid of all of this, and make my whole resume look like a talent acquisition professional. Same thing with compliance. Take that out from down there because now people don't know where the hell to put you because you're talking about everything HR. So I would think you're going to be a generalist unless you're aiming for a generalist, but you're already an HR associate. So instead of human resources professional, I would put HR, human resources generalist, human resources business partner, whatever. Effectively implement strategic goals and human resources functions to increase organizational growth, provide total customer satisfaction. Identify client needs and create targeted solutions through stringent attention to detail and customer-centric approach. Communicate effectively across all levels of functions. You're this really telling me that you you're probably ready to be HRBP. So I would put HRBP up there. This is nice, but not necessary. So I would put effectively implement strategic goals to increase. So I take this out to increase, because I would make it like a 2-liner. Definitely keep it at 3, no more than 3, because it's a pretty powerful overview. I think it's powerful. And maybe it's a personal thing for me. I just don't understand why we'd be having one word hanging out down there. So I would take that down. And for HRBP position, then you're definitely in the right spot with having these listed like that. Yeah, you didn't start too powerful to be down at 3 pages. So what I would do to keep the strength in my resume, then I would start taking all that out. All of that I got highlighted, take it out. Now you've been at Vantage Point for a while, so I wouldn't take Vantage Point out. Vantage Point, I would start at Wood Spring Suites. Bloop, delete, literally hit the delete button. Keep it at 2 pages because you're too powerful. Now you're making people think, oh, she just started in HR. Yeah, you can just start in HR and have done 1,000 things. And I don't care for you to see me in any other way except as HR professional, especially when you're going for HRBP. That's always a comfortable salary. They look for you to talk to leaders, executive leaders, to know how to handle yourself. You don't want people to start watering down if you can talk to leaders based on where you worked at previously, which is wrong, but people do it. We unconsciously do it. So I would take all of that out. It sucks because you're probably like, but Tamika, I just started there in 2017. It's absolutely okay. Because from 2017 until now, that's over like 5 years of experience. And you're keeping them focused on HR. Manage full life employee cycle to include sourcing. Now, see, in this line, you all over the place right here. Who am I talking to again? Jasmine. Jasmine, you're kind of all over the place right here. So you said you're doing conducting background checks, processing I-9s, E-Verify, credential and reference verifications. Then you start going into attending career fairs and open houses. You're talking about 2 different parts of HR, so I make that 2 different bullet points. And I would put that career fair and host open events, open houses with a recruiting line. Like this one's saying you've managed a full employee life cycle, that's good. But now I would say, facilitate all onboarding processes, such as, and start listing these things, maintain current knowledge on organization compliance. I probably would put FLSA, EEOC, ADA, FMLA, ACHA, and my skills dump to the top. So that my bullet points doesn't look too overwhelming. Onboard new talent. See, when you talk about onboard new talent, you don't talk about that here, so you're kind of being redundant. And see, now you looked at create ways to promote innovative techniques. Create and promote innovative techniques to attract talent. Now see that little part of that line up there is where you can say, i.e., attend career fairs, open houses. And I would just say recruiting programs, and I put the % initiatives, and then I would place such as employee referrals. Because people don't really use candidate referrals as heavy, like, so I probably wouldn't put that. We really put more strength behind employee referrals because we know the employees. Social media networking events. I probably would break down how I use it in social media, but that's still not bad. Maintain employee relations, reviewing it. Alrighty, create effective solutions that have employer and So that's not bad, but it almost feels like you're talking about the referral programs too, but that's still good. No, that's 2 different things. So don't take it out. Ensure employees receive ongoing education. So receive ongoing education. That's not something you're gonna really find on job description. So I would say manage company-wide training, including in services, effective. Maintain up there. So you're going to use human resources or personnel? You're going back to the 90s with personnel, you're going to stay in current times with human resources? Because you know, if we start going up to future times, some folks ain't talking about personnel or human resources, they talking about people. So I probably change that. And then vantage point, when we get down here, I would keep both of those at like three different bullet points, only where they relate to HR. So like that recruitment, interactive with folks, that type of thing. I would keep like those lines, like work with fiscal agent and all that stuff right there. I'd probably take that out. I would keep the data one in. For recruitment, but you're looking for more of a BP. So for that last person whose resume, Tamika, was that yours? Whoever when I did the last time. Now, if you've scheduled stuff or coordinated meetings or whatever, that's good to put in there if you ever did that at the place where you are now. Because scheduling and stuff like that is what you do a lot of with recruitment. Yeah, so I would keep those. And honestly, when you get to the second line, I probably would just have like 3 one-liners. Yeah, I would have 3 one-liners. Yep, and I would make all of this a 1 page, no more than 2 pages, because right here, well, let's go here. And between all of these words and this right, you're gonna lose a lot of white space. Make this like a 2-liner right here, because you started really, really powerful. I like that. Take this line out right here. That's gonna all give you some space. Once you start making sure these one-liners these one words ain't hitting over, the description ain't hitting over, bam, you should be able to get that to like a 1, no more than 2 page, like a 1.5 page. But 3 pages ain't necessary, my friend. Nope, ain't necessary. Alrighty. Let's see, what is Riley saying? Oh, here we go. Mo's in here. I'm already taking notes. That's what I'm talking about. I know that's right, Mo. Keep it multitasking. I know. Tamika, Riley be working late, so he catch us when he can. So we happy every time he get on there. But I wish he was on here. Also, if you're looking to get into talent acquisition, before I was in HR, I was managing people, operations. Yes. Yeah, Riley. See, Riley always dropping knowledge. Listen, Raven, that's how we out here. You know how us Tamikas do. We trying to grab everything we can grab. Yeah, Riley's good about watching the replays, Tamika. So you come back and you have to watch the replays too. I'll watch for comments. He's really good about watching the ones that he missed. Thank you, Riley, for doing that. I'm just talking about you and I don't even thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. All righty. There we go. Good. So Riley agreed with me. Good. Yeah, decrease it. Good experience, but you're putting in an overdrive with all them bullet points and take out them things that don't matter. All right, LaShondra Dodson. I'm pulling you up, honey. I'm pulling you up. I hope you're ready. Oh, LaShondra. How many pages you got here? Just 2? Oh, we about to go in on this right here. LaShondra, you in the chat? If you're in the chat, tell me in the chat. Because this right here, I ain't saying no lie. I hate to say it, but when I'm rocking and rolling through resumes and I got too many to look at, this right here gonna make me put this one on the side burner and go to the next one because it's too much for me to digest. And instead of putting professional summary, I would put the title of whatever job I'm trying to do. So your header looks great. I like that you have it in a different line there. I like these little gray lines that really make your resume stand out. Like the formatting is amazing. Your formatting is really, really good. And, you know, I ain't trying to talk now about these resume writers almost, so please don't do it to me. But these resume writers will format y'all to death and make y'all look amazing, formatted wise. But if they don't have experience, particularly in the industry you're seeking, sometimes they bless you and they curse you all at the same time. And so this big old paragraph right here is where they had cursed you. The formatting is where they blessed you because the formatting looks amazing. Like these words are great for the applicant tracking system, highlighting yourself with just a tad bit of color, but it still gives off that professional color. Like you don't have like some big hot pink or something, nothing to kill the eyes. These little gray strips, those are perfect. Now I am a little confused. Okay, so you work multiple positions at this one place. So I probably just take that out and let people see me grow. I would just keep that the dates down here. I wouldn't even waste my time with changing it up there, because now they're gonna be like, well, if they're trying to hire you for like HR operations manager, now they're gonna be like, well, she ain't even been doing it long. Don't put focus there. So I would take that out. But the formatting looks really, really good. If you're trying to work in HR, which, damn it, I keep forgetting to check first. Because if you're trying to work in HR, oh, you're trying to start your HR career. All right, we on a rocking. Because I'm like, if you are, some of this stuff you don't even need, honey. And see, when them folks don't work in HR, they don't know. They just trying to make you feel comfortable. But this right here, you don't need that. The store manager is not going to be really, really pivotal in HR when you already been a store manager. Here, store manager. There, store manager. You already been a store manager, work your way up to operations manager. So we don't need this. This is like extra space down here. The next thing is you're going back to 2014. Is this the same? But it's all the same company. Girl, you've been at the same company a long time. It's time for you to change, honey. You're probably so tired with them people. But yeah, I would definitely take that out. Because you're trying to start your career in HR, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put your your degrees to the top. Because you're trying to do a career pivot. And what I really want you to do for me is make sure that you come back. What's that, next Thursday? We're gonna have old girl on here. She's gonna talk about some career pivots, the Deja. And so when she comes on, you're a great candidate for her, like how to pivot. But this whole paragraph needs to go. Make that like a 3-liner. Make it HR focus. Change this title to HR job title. Your area expertise looks really good because you're talking about a lot of transferable skills that goes into HR. So that's really good. But I probably would start with the ones that are direct HR and put those first. So I put like recruitment and onboarding, then team management, communication on and on, project management. I mean, they're all really good. But put your most focused ones there. And so recruitment and onboarding is one of them. And then when you get down here, everything else looks amazing. I would just take off this extra row. Be honest with you, I'd take off these last two, pull it up and have this like a 1-pager. Because you're not trying to be a store manager anymore. You're trying to work in HR. So you saying, hey, I'm a store manager, I'm a store manager, I'm a store manager. Stop yelling at and take out this other stuff, make it a 1-pager. Once you get this paragraph broken down, because see your margins look good right here. See the last one, the margins were too thick. But see how she got hers right to the top? She's trying to fit it all in 1 page. So I would take out a whole bunch of that, get it down to like a 2-3-liner, and make all this on 1 page. Bam. I hope that was helpful. Like real talk. All right. Now you're just looking for professional growth. The next person that we're doing now is going to be Desiree Wilson. I feel so old not knowing how to pronounce your name. If my daughter been around here, she probably been like, Mama, that's how you pronounce it. And you're just looking for professional growth. So you're not necessarily looking for an HR job. Okay, let's see what we're looking at. Oh, we like Riley's energy, don't we? Awesome. Oh, hey, you're here, Desiree. Awesome. Oh, girl, this looks pretty. I like it. Oh, I like it. Y'all know y'all can grab these templates like Miss Wilson around here because Miss Wilson hitting on something. Let me not get too excited. Okay, she only got 2 pages. Let's see how full these 2 pages are. Yeah, so the only thing I would say is make this header part, like take out some of the space in here, pull it higher, and get that last bit on that 1 page. Cool. But let's see if that last bit is even relevant. Because you're just trying to grow your career. You're not necessarily trying to work in HR. And I do like the way you had this all out. Like the formatting on this looks great. This is a more like current template, so it's really good. But what you could do is just bring in these bullet points. If you change your margins on your bullet points where they just stand out like right here versus all the way over here, like you just ended them just a little bit, then all of these little 1 words can just fit on the previous line. Y'all know one of the biggest things I always like to say is make these things right here. Don't make them bold. Just your job title. Just your job title. And I probably would pull in my margin over here because see, you got all this white space. I know it's difficult with these templates, but if this template allows you to drag that over, so not only will this make everything fit on one line, but this will pull this up here and give you more space to work with because you should only be at one page with this. Oh, I was just talking to somebody who was saying no, teachers are all like quitting. And so you're a high school teacher, girl, God bless you. I couldn't do it. Oh, Jesus, I couldn't do it. Y'all think I drinking this red wine. Girl would have been going like straight crown and ice, crown on the rock. Where'd you get this certification from? So that's great that you had this certification, but when it's that broad of a title, I probably see where I got it from. So you must be trying to work in HR. So you got a MBA in HR management degree, but you said you're just looking for career growth. Maybe I read that wrong. Let me go back. Because I'm like, this looks good. All right, Miss Wilson. Oh, you're looking for mid-level HR. Okay, my bad. You're looking for professional growth in mid-level HR. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Doesn't she have a great format, Tamika? Nice. Yeah, Tamika, you might need a new template because I remember being impressed by your template. I hope you ain't mad at me. I gave you a whole bunch of times. So we got to be even. All righty. So yeah, when I'm looking at your resume, I would get rid of all of that space up there and push everything up. Okay, now let's look at your professional summary and dive into that. Dependable, accomplished professional. No, y'all got to stop with all of these like descriptive words. What kind of professional are you? Not these like adjectives, but put the job title, the HR job title you seeking. And you want to get into training and development, right? So I would say experienced or accomplished training and development professional. Experience in, because people are going to see if it's extensive experience or not. You can start like a bullet point with extensive, but in these little summaries, you're just trying to get to the point. Instruction, performance development. Now, see, one thing right here, proven adaptability and able to flourish. And that's a whole lot of words saying nothing. So, it sounds amazing, but we want to give like a quick read, right? So one thing I would do is instead of starting new lines, I would put semicolons and keep those going. But I really would look at a way, because these are all really helpful for training and development. So one thing you can do, and this is one thing I help people with on my client calls. I give you like a strategy, right? I'll say one thing we can do is use this resume, see if you get hits. You're going to track it over time. I'm on October 14th, I'll have a tracker available that you guys can purchase. And with that tracker, I'll tell you how to use that tracker. But in that tracker, you should be able, after you already applied for a period of time and put jobs in it, you should start seeing where you should pivot to. Am I getting more hits here? Am I getting more hits there? Did I realize that these job titles are really getting me interviews? And that's not only going to tell you how to pivot your job search, but it's also going to tell you how to pivot your resume. Should I use multiple resumes? Help you out with that kind of thing. Because beyond that, I think depending, because you can go for training and development, you can go for compliance, HR compliance, you can go for employee development alone, you can go for employee training alone. Like training and development is a catch-all, but there's so many different job titles you can go for because you already worked in a lot of education, professional development, like all of that really can help you. Education and all that stuff, all that can really, really help you. Now the certification, I don't know if it needs to be here. And when you get over here to your skills, I will focus more on your training skills. So like budgeting is not necessarily necessary. And then, start talking about your software that you use, right? So you're talking about, all of this development that you did, but what software have you used? Because in training now, people are using like these document management systems. They're just using so many different things now that you need to make sure that you don't look like you're intimidated by training material. So I hope that was helpful. We're gonna go on to the next one. That looks really good. I like how it looks. It's pretty. It's real pretty. So I just changed up that format in just a little bit to give myself more workroom space, but I would keep that same template. I might just use more than one template. All right, Vimal, you've been in the chat all night. Am I saying your name right? You know, like you might have to spell it out to me how I'm supposed to say it. But let me tell you, you have been in the chat a couple nights, a couple lives, and I love it. So now we're gonna dive into this resume, but let's see what you're trying to do. Because we got to get through these. So you're looking for mid-level HR positions and more money. All right, got it. Alrighty. So first thing, you got way too much white space in here. Way too much. You see how them other folks got their resumes flushed out? They're using that white space. So definitely make the margins smaller. I would definitely make my address, phone number, all of that on one line, and then put that LinkedIn link there too. And now you done save like a quarter of a page. These margins are too wide, so I would shrink those a little bit and get out of the traditional margins. And let me get up here. Here we go. All right, to continue my career with an organization that will utilize my management supervision. So what job do you want? You want to work into HR? You're already a recruitment management. Do you want to stay in recruiting, or do you want to go with something like HR Generalist? So that's something you want to put up there, you know, experienced ex-professional, seeking to continue my career and grow with the organization using my existing skills of management, supervision, administration, blah, blah, blah. And the way like you have these all like this all should be total with 2 degrees, right? Hold on. So this right here doesn't relate. I would take that out. Tell me in the chat what this is, because is it because you went to a school that wasn't in the US? No, you said you're from New York. But that business administration is what I keep. I get rid of these other 2, especially it's a long goal, and I would just keep this. Because like right now I'm confused. Is this 4 degrees? Is this 2? Is this 3? The only thing that's telling me it might be 2 is the fact that you got the city and state over there. So format that differently. Make the objective education work experience bigger, and you can get rid of the line. No need to have a space in there. Yeah, this template right here ain't doing you no justice. So you can go into Google Docs and get a template. You can go into Microsoft Word and get a template. So Google Docs give you a template in the Microsoft Word option. So I'm gonna just show it to you real quick. Real quick. Okay, so my Google coming up, right? When my Google comes up, I'm gonna show y'all where to get some free templates. Y'all go right into that little dot. And when you go there, you can go to Drive, or you can go down to the Word option. I call it Word, but it's just Docs. And when you go into Docs, as that comes up, look what come up right there. Bam, bam. Or you can do a Google search right here in the templates and look for resumes. So that's one way you can use a Microsoft Word. Oh, this thing giving y'all all my business. But these, oh, that's an old one that I've been using. But you can look down into some of these templates. Don't look in your recent documents, but look more so in the gallery and find yourself a template that you can use. Cool. And you'll have a link to it, so you can just link it wherever you want. Like if you DMing somebody on LinkedIn, you can just send them the link to your resume versus trying to upload a resume. Cool. All right, because these templates ain't doing y'all no justice. All right, we done with LaShandra. We done with Ms. Wilson, pretty one. All right, so now we back here. Oh Lord, I'm doing too much clicking. My bad, y'all. Because they're telling y'all all my business. My computer feel like I'm moving so slow. All right, y'all, I'm waiting on computer. Okay. It's outdated. Your resume? That's cool. This is time to update it. You good. It's not like you're applying with me. We're just looking at it, right? So you take this information and use it when you update it. Alrighty. So yeah, I would make these a lot longer. This template, I would just go for a different template because it's not letting you work your space. Because in this side or up here, I would start putting where I'm recruiting. So I put that education because it's just but because it's a bachelor's of administration and not like an HR degree or a certification with HR. I would put that at the bottom and I would do a dump of words here that's going to catch the applicant tracking system. So you've been working as a recruiting manager. And so you have a team of 3 recruiters. You manage staffing process, including application workload. So this should be like 2 different bullet points, right? So I would put managing the staffing process, including allocation of workload amongst recruiting team. I would take that stuff out. Don't know what that means, so take that out. And then this would be another line. Oversee the activity and I would just put oversee team. I would just say oversee pre-hire meetings, candidate sourcing, managing. I don't know what managing is, so I take that out. Screenings, candidate flow, because screenings and candidate flow can really be 2 different things. Pre-employment screening. So pre-employment, I put that on another one because now you're already getting out of looking for candidates and you're bringing them on your team. So now I start saying, manage pre-employment screening process, new hire orientation, new hire onboarding, not follow-up. You're gonna find onboarding more than anything. I wouldn't just say responsible for managing job postings. What I did was post X number of job postings on X number of boards using, and start listing out the tools you use, the software you use. Like if it's an HRS that you use, a dedicated applicant tracking system. Did you use LinkedIn Recruiter? Did you use any AI tools like HireRight, Hire Easy, or any of those? Stop putting all of those in there if you use like tools. Or Indeed is another tool. Ensure that all phases of the recruitment lifecycle, including sourcing, screening. Now you want to start with this because now you're telling your story. So before you get into all of this, I would say ensure the phases of all. That would be my first one. Manage a team of 3 recruiters, and I would probably put in like my recruiters' tenure with the company. If they've been with the company a year or more, then that shows they like working with you. You can manage them well because your average employee tenure is X. Out of those 3 employees, you might have somebody that's been there for a year, somebody that's been there for 5 years, somebody that's been there for 10 years. So your average employee tenure is 5 years. So manage and lead a team of 3 recruiters with average employee tenure of 5 years. So now that look like, damn, she can keep a team for a minute too. Approve all new hire pay work via ADP. ADP would be one of them words I dump dive up there. So I wouldn't even worry about telling people what I did in it because you're just explaining your skills. As a manager, you should be explaining how I have soared in this position. So when you did that dump dive of words up there where I would put like talent recruiting, sourcing, onboarding, I-9 verification or E-Verify verification, then you put like ADP up there. Now, as a recruiting manager, you're not responsible for employee retention of these 500 employees. You shouldn't be. As a recruiting, you're responsible for attracting the talent of an organization that has 500 and plus employees. But your HR director, your HR manager, your people like that, your managers within your organization, they retaining them. You just attracted them. Provide weekly updates to management team to ensure current hiring demands are met. Now, this is a powerful one. Now, you should be able to break this down. So I would say provide weekly updates, including, time to fill, time to hire, but like all those recruiting stats, I would put what those are. And I would say, I'm not just ensuring that I met those needs, and I would say showing how we have exceeded those needs each time, if you exceed them. But I would put that to the top. Cool. Now you work as an HR assistant, guest services. So yeah, what I would do is go back down here to Hampton Inn, and I would just take that all the way out because you got enough experience as, how long you been doing this? 2021, that's good. 2018, yeah. See, all of that's good. So I probably wouldn't even put either one of these. I would leave both of those out and put in more volume to what I've done up here to show how successful I can be in recruitment, and dump those words up there too. Now, I got confused when I opened this. Yeah, so your skills and all this proficient and knowledge, take that out. Put your skills and achievements to the top and just dump these words in here. So I would have Microsoft Office, just like this, Google Workspace. So which part of Google Workspace did you work in? Do you work in Docs, Excel, Meets, Google Meet, whatever? Put that out there. So ADP. See, yeah, I would totally just dump this like a list. Not knowledge of, not certified in, not that the certified in one you don't need. Yep, I would dump all of those up there. References, take that line out. I don't know why y'all put that in there. These people should not get it upon request. They should get it upon job offer. And you don't tell them that. They should know that. So don't ever put anything about your references in there, because the only time they should even need your references is if they're extending your job offer. You sign off on a consumer authorization form that allows them to check your references. You ain't giving it upon request. So make this a one-pager, use up this white space and grab them jobs, girl, because you got enough experience to grab them. All right, we're going to the next one. All right, Lakeisha, you ready? Because we're going to be done with this in a minute now, y'all. I got to run on through this thing. All right, Lakeisha Owens, you next. And Lakeisha is trying to start her HR career with the entry-level HR position. Oh, devil busy. All right, here we go. No, we just look at that one. What's going on? All right, okay, I lied. Maybe I should put my glasses back on. Yeah, I think so too. And what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and pull up the last three so I can just run through them. Because after Lakeisha is Adriana. I'm trying to be Raven. I'm trying to be on the roll. If my computer moves fast, I don't know what's going on. All right, Lakeisha, you up next. Lakeisha got one of these age-old templates. She got this out of Microsoft Word. I tell you one thing, Lakeisha, I don't have a problem with you using templates, not a bad idea. But when I tell you, I'm so tired of seeing this template over my entire 10-year career. So make it stand out, make it look different. It's been times I literally been recruiting for a position and had like 20 resumes. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and figure out who I'm 20 people that I pulled out of like hundreds. And I was like, all right, let me see which ones I want to interview. And like 5 of them had this template. You want to look different. Even if it's green, change the colors, change something. But what you definitely want to do is put your LinkedIn link there. If y'all don't have LinkedIn profiles, y'all need them. Reliable and self-motivated skills with leadership and commitment. Again, start with what you want to do. What do you want to do? So I either put the job title there as far as what I want to do, or I start that paragraph. Experienced HR professional, da da da. So you already worked in Cigna as the eligibility representative, man. You can dive right into benefits. All right, you went to the Baptist Hospital and worked as a scheduler, coordinator admissions, patient care. So you leaving out of the hospital. All right, so the first thing you want to do is take out these old jobs. This should be a one-pager because you only have one job that really relates. Your certification is in something that doesn't relate to HR, so I take that out. But that's great that you have this business administration, but where'd you get it from? What school are you going to? When do you anticipate to complete it, or did you complete it already? So you want to put that HR degree up to the top up here with your skills. And your skills, listen, we hoping y'all typing. I've been taking out these words per minute out there. We hope y'all know how to type by the time y'all looking out for these jobs. Otherwise, y'all looking for the wrong jobs. So take that out. And what you want to do is hit on your HR skills. And with you working as an eligibility representative at Cigna, then you should know some benefit stuff. So that should be a lot longer. And you need some bullets in here because it looks like you have these out, but they don't have bullet points. So make bullet points in them so we know this is just a quick overview. There should be a one-pager, research issues on benefit coverage with pharmacists, doctor, and guidance. So I would talk about how many benefits claims I processed over time, how many did I find errors in? Like on average, you don't have to know exact number. How many external professionals or external contributors or external partners, I wouldn't name them as pharmacists, doctor office, whatever. Use the words that's in their job description that I deal with on a regular basis. Complete authorization for specialty medications provided by a doctor's office. So I would say complete extended level investigation on case by case scenario or something like that, but don't make it look less medical related. Well, unless you're going for a benefits job, then those will work. But you should have way more bullet points up here. You really only got 2, and that's your current job. You'd already been there for almost a year. So this is your job that gets you into HR. So I would kill that area, make that a lot longer, and then I would get rid of the second page and only have 1 page, because you only got 1 job that pertains to it. So maybe you can keep these 2 jobs, but I would start getting rid of these jobs from right here on down. I get rid of them, and I leave them as like a 1-2 liner. I would kill way more line points there on what I do, how I've been amazing. Get rid of this white space, pull that sucker up, and start explaining down here some of the things that you did. So your EMR, that's your medical. You're not going to need that. Your medical record system. You're not going to need that in HR. So start pulling out like your universal things that you've used. So, have you used stuff like Zoom? Have you used stuff like Google Meet or anything like that? Pull out just other stuff. Like, look at what these job requirements are saying you need to know and put them in your resume if you already used them. Cool? All right, we're going to the next one. Adriana, you up next. Oh, Adriana. Adriana said, hell with y'all. I'm going to just scratch this thing out. Girl, you catch me off guard. Oh, I thought that was a template. Okay, Adriana, I'm gonna stop sharing real quick because I want to see what it is that you want to do, because I was focused on Lakeisha for a second. I got a girlfriend named Lakeisha, so I don't think that's your name. Lakeisha. All right, so Adriana, what does Adriana want to do? Adriana looking for professional growth. It's an entry-level HR position. All right, got it. Good. So Keisha, put what date you anticipate to complete that degree. Cool. Put which college it is, because sometimes you don't know if you might get somebody who's been to that college before. I've seen that too. I ain't gonna lie, I've been biased in that way. Like if I see somebody went to HBCU or they were a part of like an African American fraternity or sorority, I kind of boost them up. Or I give them feedback. You just never know. So put that in there. I've done it. I know a lot of people don't. Everybody ain't like me, but I be trying to look out for my people. I tell you, 7 years, because I see folks not of color look out for their people when they don't know them. So I do the same thing. 7 years of focusing on customer satisfaction. All right, so you got to change this blurb to relate to HR. So what have you done? You've been working at the outlet. You've been working on projects. So you don't want to ever put personal in your resume, personal projects. I would still. I would take that whole thing out. Take that out. That's not going to help you. Hope scholarship is good, but that goes back a good bit. All right, good. You got your bilingual. Yeah, being bilingual, you should have a lot more in it. Am I supposed to only have this 1 page? Okay, this is your education. Okay. Interest. Yeah, so we want to take these interests out. You don't need none of these, right? You want to take the interests out and you want to put your skills, right? So what skills do you have? They're going to think you coming in there to watch TV and hang around with these interests on your resume. So you want to take that out, but I definitely will put languages higher when I'm bilingual, especially because you're proficient in both. And so I would take out personal projects as well. Your skills, I would keep that there, but add to it. And I would push languages right on up with it, make achievements all the way at my bottom, because it doesn't really pertain, but it does show that you're an exemplary scholar. But as far as personal projects, take that out. It looks like you are much younger than me. 7 years of customer satisfaction experience. So from the looks of this, it looks like you're younger, right? So when you're younger like this, what you want to do is get somebody that you've worked with before to do a letter of reference for you. Preferably a supervisor or someone in like a leadership role. Get them to do a letter of reference, get as many as you can, even if it's somebody like your pastor or somebody in a leadership role in some capacity, even if they've never worked with you, but they know your work ethic. And I would get them to do a letter of reference for me to give more power to my resume. I would also try to see if I can get a paid internship while I'm looking for actual work. Another thing I would do is start putting all of these skills that are technology related. You say computer literacy, you need to break that down and catch the applicant tracking system to put in exactly what technology you have used. And so I wouldn't ever put anybody's contact information in there as a reference. Don't just take that out for me, take that out, period. Because the last thing you want to do is have jobs repetitively call your reference when they're not even thinking about offering you a job. You don't want to tie your references out until you know this is something secure, because you always should be calling your references before that job calls them to say, hey, listen out for a phone call, so that they don't not answer the call. I mean, I'm horrible at it where I be thinking folks as spam, and I don't answer calls. So you always want to kind of prep them so that they can answer the call really, really quick. I do like the way that you have the top up here. Instead of team motivator, I would put whatever job title I'm seeking for. I personally think that you should use more than one resume and pipe them in anywhere. Definitely aim for those recruitment jobs, those coordinator jobs, those sourcing jobs, whatever like that, to get your foot started. And I probably wouldn't even put a line quite yet until I get more experience directly in it. But this promoted within 1 year is really good, that you hold daily meetings. Who do you hold them with? Who are all in your team? And how did you track those goals and those results? I would take out keeping the store clean out, stock and revamp the racks. And then I would keep that in right there, but I would spell out what that acronym is, because that shows that you work in a computer. But those two lines take out and start breaking down the stuff. Start breaking down, like, work with my team of X number of people holding the titles of such and such, such and such, such and such, so they can see if there was like a different level of people where you're working with leaders as well. And then I would start talking about what those goals and results were. And so you should have a good bit of those. And then it would not hurt to, if you took this line out, just put in your objective, because you just started. So I would say, seeking a position in human resources to start and grow my career, and to grow with the organization, something like that. I know it's really weak, but I would tell them like what I'm looking for, and I would change that to whatever job title I'm applying to. So I would have more than one resume. Hope you found that helpful. But with bilingual, man, you just got to kill a resume, because some people hire you just for that. I mean, like just for that alone. All right, Adriana, we got you done. So now we're gonna go to Miss Jones. Demetria, you ready? Because Demetria is trying to get a mid-level HR position. Demetria said she can't make it, so we're gonna run through this real quick, because she probably don't have any questions in the chat if she's not here. But if you're here, you need to let me know. Then Andrew, we hitting you up next. Then Aaron, then we done. Oh boy, we well over time. So yeah, let's kill this real quick. All right, who's the last person? The last person didn't come up. All right, Demetria. Demetria, this looks good. I just need your name a lot bigger. And Demetria, I automatically should already see that you should not have 3 pages. You should have 2, because you really ain't got nothing on that 3rd page. All right. So what kind of human resources professional y'all want to be? Generalist. Put human resources generalist right here. Make your name a lot bigger, put it in the middle, but make it way bigger. Find a LinkedIn profile, put that link there. Flexible individual. No, you ain't flexible. People want to know what your knowledge skill is. They'll let you know how they want you to be flexible. So just put, so okay, so this first line, I do not like this whole first line, because what you want to do is say exactly what you want to do in HR. And we don't really say principles as much as we may say policies, procedures, compliance, that type of thing. And definitely not just assignments. Now this formatting looks good. I would just look at a more profound objective, say my title here, make my name bigger, put it in the middle, and then say, seeking a human resources generalist position. But you really can just put human resources generalist here and keep it moving. Because once you applied it and you got the title there, they know you're seeking. But you already work in HR already. Girl, go grab this job. And you working on your SHRM. See, remember Delta Sigma Theta? Now, I ain't in no sorority, no fraternity, but I ain't doing no lie. I would look up, girl. I mess around and see that in there. And she already working on the Six Sigma. That's good. Okay, so you can leave that stuff at the bottom because you have such good experience. But honestly, what I probably would do, oh, training is HR too. So I would take out this marketing assistant position that's coming out of my resume so that I can have a 2-pager. Oh, she local, she a ISG. All right, who is this? Charleston Water System. What? You might know my boy. He work over there. I ain't gonna call his name, but you know what I'm saying. DM me. His wife be on us live a lot. All right, so this is good. I remember years ago when I was trying to work at Charleston Water System, but girl, they wouldn't hire me for nothing. I ain't gonna lie. I feel no kind of way. And you work at Benefit Focus. They probably help you get your SHRM degree. Yeah, see, as much as I want you to take out this Trident United Way and this Honor Museum Foundation, I really want you to keep that training specialist in there because that can open doors for you and other opportunities. But I take that last job out so I can get the education associations pushed up here and like figure out the spacing in this area so you can stop losing space. And then that can help that come up too. But are you having a problem getting a job in HR? You shouldn't. Okay, let's see what this stuff's saying because your resume looks good. It's a strong HR resume. All right, assistant. Y'all got to get rid of that assist work. Just to coordinate. But why'd you leave from a specialist to a coordinator? Please tell me they paid you more money. Because I thought, and even from the research I did to create those videos, your specialists make more money than your coordinator. But it's super close, so it could be the opposite. And people in Charleston just ain't got no sense because I was a specialist operating as a journalist. They talk about they did that so I can make more money. No, you could just put me as a journalist, I make more money. But anyhow, assistant coordinating CW even benefits when I work about other ways. Keep it in the cost. Now, if you're a key player, I don't see words like assist. Get rid of those assists. You're a key player. So get rid of all of this assist. Coordinated, maintained, like just start diving into it. Because you're a key player. So if you're not a key player, then you can keep assist, even though I think assist is watering down your resume. You got too much experience to have assist in it at all. Take assist out. Get all these little one-liners up. So just move the margins over. I like this, but you can really put that in this little blurb and this will give you more space. You done get me carried away. Somebody in Charleston. What if I don't walk by you and don't even know? Yeah, so I would take this line out because now you're just kind of portraying yourself as a HR assistant to like that director. And I would look at a different line because you went to a different job. So you can't use the same line there. Now think of something more powerful that you can give an overview to those skills. I like the way you kept your name on here because sometimes a page can get lost. But I wouldn't even worry. I mean, that's not bad, but they should be able to see that. I remember when I wanted to work at Benefit Focus, Charlie would hire me for nothing either. And that was a cute little building. The one on Daniel Island. Now they got buildings everywhere. So yeah, this should just be, now if you're only going to use one bullet point, responsible for providing fast paced resolution for telephone inquiries regarding company. So I just take telephone out so people can think that you handle those inquiries in any type of way. Take telephone out and put an ampersand here so that can just be one line. And don't feel bad if you just put info with a dot. Acted as. No, you didn't act as nothing. You managed as a resource for end users utilizing the online benefits enrollment applications. And I don't know why y'all like this as it relates to, because a couple other resumes I look at tonight says that that's too much words that mean nothing. And it's just over talk. Like we talk too much. We write like how we talk. So we got to get rid of all these extra words that mean nothing. So I would say main point of contact for end users utilizing or just using online benefits enrollment applications for benefit plan details, system functionality, and navigation. Because I don't know why you need another other and too. Get rid of that. Responsibilities include Salesforce and providing. So you use Salesforce for that? You had to use other software. So, or maybe you didn't. Maybe that's why it was a contract position. Okay. And this office manager one right here and all of that, I probably just leave those at 2 bullet points. Like 2 bullet points each. I wouldn't even put no overview of it, or just put the overview and no bullet points. But I make those short. Put them on my training specialist. Take all the other stuff out. Bring my education and my associations up. Bam, 2-pager. Cool. All right. I get too deep in these things. That's why we run out of time. All right. Next up is going to be Andrew. We're going to Andrew next. So y'all ready? Here goes Andrew. Oh shit. If I can stop hitting the wrong button around here. Oh, Adriana. Oh man, you've been talking to me. I didn't pay attention. My bad. There you go, Riley. Tell them, honey. You welcome, Keisha. Oh, you good, Adriana. With that degree. They'll know you working on it, honey. They'll see, anticipate it. Yeah, thanks for the feedback, Riley. That's good stuff because it caught me off guard. And I'm drinking wine. Yes, yes. See, Riley giving y'all dropping gems in this chat. Y'all quit playing. Yes. No, you ain't need them interest, Adriana. We ain't need to know what you watching on TV, girl. Oh, you 21. Oh, you're so cute. I had a 2-year-old by the time I was 21. Lord Jesus. I've been a mother before I can even drink legally. Lord Jesus. Yeah. See, Riley, right. You're proficient and bilingual. Like, I can put down there that I know Spanish, but I do better putting down that I know Geechee because I can do that proficiently, not Spanish. I know what the colors is and the days of the week, girl. No, take the store number out. You don't need that. No, they should never be involved in your job search strategy. You're so welcome. All right, Adriana, we got you taken care of. All right, now, Andrew, you on here? Because I feel like Andrew was supposed to send me this a long time ago. So, Andrew, I need a LinkedIn profile. Oh, Andrew, you all in HR. Love it. Andrew, if you're only going to have these 2 jobs, then I would move this list of skills. Now, y'all see how Andrew got this down here? All of y'all who didn't have these things listed, yeah, when I say bullet points, list 3 to 4 columns, look here, he just dumped them on us. Bam, 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 bam. Only thing I see wrong with this, Andrew, is that I don't know what SRM is, so I'd probably take that out. All the rest of them are good HR stuff. Now, Monster, LinkedIn, Indeed, Handshake, I would make those like their separate bullet points and don't put other job websites. If the other ones, then list them. And then no need to put this because we can already see your experience in multiple applicant tracking systems because we see that you use Kronos, Utipo, Altipo, SAP, Paylocity. Like we already see that. So you're being redundant. So take that out. I would put that to the top. Yep. I would put that to the top up here. You just got way too much white space that you can just change the margins and push things out to make it 1 page. So I would just put a semicolon there or a colon and just put HR policy, payroll, benefits, onboarding, HRS systems. I wouldn't make that like a separate line. And then my next line would start as speaking role in HR. I wouldn't even put that last line because you're already saying that I'm a human resources for the SDA and recruitment professional. And whatever job you apply to tells us you're already looking for a recruitment role. So take that last line out, make that a 1-liner, bam. It's because it's a very powerful line, good job. I don't know why people like putting relevant experience. And I guess it makes sense because too many people put irrelevant experience. Just put professional experience, work experience, or just experience. But y'all should only be putting work that's relevant. Cool. I don't know if this is just a quick mistake, but that should be its own bullet point. Oh man, you do some good high volume recruitment. How many job offers do you extend? Because if you did hundreds, if you're filling hundreds of roles, and I'll put recruiting, sourcing, attracting, and recruiting hundreds of for X number of positions or X number of requisitions per quarter. And so what you want to say is high volume of recruitment for the full recruitment life cycle, or full cycle recruitment for high volume of positions. It's just another way you can put that. Play with that line a little bit. Source and screen candidates using Indeed, LinkedIn. All right. So don't be putting like other relevant job boards. List them damn job boards. List them. Phone screens and formal interviews with candidates. That's it. I would say how many phone screens I do on a quarterly basis, how many interviews that I do on a weekly basis, how many candidates have I reviewed, how many have I sourced, how many have I offered jobs to. Like, I would start putting strength to those, because instead of using words like high volume and all of this stuff like that, put the numbers in there, see it's high volume, especially when you put like per quarter, per week, per day. Facilitate first day new hire into benefits enrollment, intern play. Yeah, this is good. This is good. You just need to use more words. This is good work. You've done good work in recruitment. Organized digital and paper files for. Yeah. Now I would take this out because you really don't need that. That doesn't relate to HR, so I take that line out. And these two lines I probably would put first, but all of them pretty powerful. Yeah, so this probably would still be a 2-pager if you get real unique with it and like make your margins smaller on all sides. You probably can definitely make it a 1-pager, especially the space right here. Get rid of these words, only have like 2 words there, 2 lines there, and extend these out and make sure these are 1 words ain't hanging off the end. You probably can make this a 1-pager, but your skills and qualifications so long, you probably can't. So don't feel bad for it being 2 pages. Not a bad idea to put your name and address, your name, email address, and your LinkedIn profile and your phone number and like your footer. So you can do like a section break so that only ends up on the 2nd page. All right, next one. All right, we already did Demetria. What? We on the last one. Ooh, y'all be exhausting you, girl. Thank you, Jesus. We done before 9. Riley had any input for y'all? Yeah. Thanks, Riley. Alrighty, so now we're looking at the very last one. And the very last one that we have is Erin. And if I remember this right, I think Erin was the person that put me a message. She either DM me or put it as a message on one of the videos, a comment on one of the videos. And I literally left this thing open so she can apply. She took a while. And that's how Andrew got in here. However it goes, y'all, I'm gonna only be taking 10 and I'm watching this thing now. I get email alerts. So when we get to 10, I'm stopping it. So y'all got to move quick now because y'all see where we at. We started about like 7:20, right? 7:15. We over. So who knows? I might take less next time, but let's see how this go. And I might not need to have this as happy hour because child, I be just drinking and trying to think ain't working out too good and tired. Hold on real quick. Alrighty, sorry y'all. So obviously there's black boxes here because they just want to make sure that they're protecting their information, right? So who am I talking to? Erin, right? Erin Steele? Okay. So Erin, sorry, you didn't take your name out. So and watch me. Hey, Erin. Oh Lord. I don't mean for y'all to take that information out, like your name. I'm okay with your name being there, unless you really on a you don't want somebody to know something. But that was funny. Anyhow, so what we're gonna do is we're going to look at Erin's resume, and Erin wants to work in HR. So I really like this formatting, Erin. Good, good, good job. And it's one page. Y'all see how much stuff Erin fit in one page? Do y'all see this? This is what I'm talking about when I say make sure to use your white space. This is a good example. Yeah, she probably could have used more space in this area, but look at this. Now, the only problem I kind of see with this, Erin, is that you're kind of forcing us to read left to right, right? Because we got to start at your experience down here. That's not a bad thing when you got it formatted so pretty, where we know that's all we got to consume. So that's a really, really good thing. See how she got the professional summary there? See, when y'all got it across the whole page, I only want it to be like 2 lines. But when you got it right here in the cuff, you can go over to like 3, 4 lines. See how she changed that font, got it down to 10, 10-point font? That's perfect. And she ain't too far from me. She right there in Savannah. So see how she's got her Chronos and ADP and all of that there. Now you don't need a CPR there, so I probably would take that out. But you've got all of this other stuff here. Equifax workforce solutions. How would you use that? But some of these things, just make sure that they pertain to what you're looking at, the type of work that you're aiming for, and you're already an onboarding specialist. I think my girl Deja is an onboarding specialist or something like that. No, she's not. So I really like the way that you have this. Gather and prepare candidate work, paperwork, and ensure quality actually. I'm going to cluster recruiting candidate. That's what I'm talking about, girl. That's what I'm talking about. Secretary, office manager. That's a whole different job. So the only thing I would suggest you probably do, because all these jobs, first of all, what you gonna do is not bring highlight to the fact that you weren't working. First of all, you were just like all the millions of people across the globe, not the US. Tons of people weren't working. Don't bring highlight to that. Bring highlight to your skills, your experience. So I would take this employment gap out. That's just not needed at all. At all. If somebody notices that, then cool, you can address it. But I wouldn't make them address it. How you got some of the space here, because it's also together, that's some good spacing, because now it forces me to realize there are multiple jobs. So I think this is really good stuff. I think you should just look at making sure that your bullet points match the ones that's in the job description. I probably, instead of putting just professional summary here, because people can see that's professional summary, I probably put the job title of what I'm aiming for. Cool? All right, y'all. All righty. Let's see where y'all at. I got to find y'all now. Can't find my screen. Where's my screen? There we go. All right, found y'all. All righty. Oh, that's Erin. ES is Erin Steele all this time. You always in the chat. Or at least lately. Hey, I'm here with a notepad and pen. All right. Erin, you got a really good resume, honestly. You got a really good, you okay, Erin? No worries. But that's really good. You see my feedback in there? Like, honey, you hitting on something. I don't know if you did that yourself, use a template, got a resume writer, but that was a good resume. At least the format is really good. No, don't indicate the employment gap. Yeah, yeah. No, I agree, Riley. I would make it bulleted too. I'm a big fan of the chart myself, but I didn't want to be a stickler. Let them ask. Let them ask so that can give you something to talk about in the interview. So if they ask you about it, then I would use that time to not say I was just seeking full employment. I would say, you know, I have found several different resources to learn how to increase my skills in this area, how to increase my skills in this area, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yay. Well, you follow directions really, really good, because that resume looks really good. So, you know, use that moment when they ask you about that employment gap to tell them how you bettered yourself for this particular job. Use that to give like a really good, you know, like elevator pitch, or to use as a time to like explain more about the type of work you've been doing or whatever, but don't use your time worrying about that. I would just say, hey, I lost my job due to COVID, and I was constantly working on and making my skills better so that I can start my HR career. That shouldn't be nothing we dwelling on. I hope people ain't dwelling on those things in interviews, because it's just not necessary, honey. It's just not necessary. So, y'all, did everybody feel pretty good about this? Like, give me a 1 in the chat if y'all found this helpful. You're so welcome for the feedback. Hey, Miss Shannon. So happy to see you in the building. One of my clients, y'all. We had a call last week, right? Or this week. There you go, Riley. People who focus on skills, they losing employees. They need people working, or they trying to hire a lot. They ain't got time with knowing that you had unemployment yet. All right, y'all. Throw these ones in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. And the purple hearts. All right, Aaron. Oh, girl, I really enjoy talking to you too. You got to keep me posted. Let me know if any of those resources help y'all. Yay! Hey, Jay Sampson. Hey, Keisha. Keisha, you my same Keisha with the I? Did I just review your resume? I know that's right, girl. A link right there. Schedule your call, honey. I'll be waiting. We have a good time on our calls. All right, honey. The link right there, Miss Williams. Miss Williams, you've been replying on some of my videos. Awesome. I'm happy we're able to do that, because some of your questions will take me in different directions. So I love for us to chat. Just make sure I'm giving you the good feedback, because I try to keep it simple in them comments. You're just saying, no, that's the World Wide Web, honey. Awesome. Thanks, Adriana. I love it. You are so welcome. Vimal. Tell me how I'm supposed to pronounce your name. Because every time you come on here, I'll be messing your name out. I'm going to call you Miss V. Miss V, I appreciate it. But if you want me to call you a real name, just put like a little spelling pronunciation in there. All right, y'all. So before we get off, I'm going to show y'all something real quick. Real quick. Because I just want to do a quick reminder in case some folks missed it, if y'all don't mind. And then we're going to get off. I'm tired. I know y'all tired too. It's already after 9, honey. Or maybe y'all want to watch the fun lives on IG. You know, people doing fun stuff on live on IG after that. But some of the things we talked about today that I want to make sure we run over real quick before we get off, because some of y'all came on a little late. I did this as soon as I got on. But y'all know I do these free resume reviews. If you want to know how to get your resume reviewed, all you got to do is be on the HR email list. The link is in the description box. If you get any of those, the link in the description box. And if you get any of those free ebooks that I give away, it'll automatically put you into the email list. But you have to wait on the email that says submit your resume in order to put your resume on. And you have to use that link inside that email. I just don't want to lose your resumes. It's a one-person show back here, and y'all begging me to lose your stuff. So follow them instructions for me. But guess what? There's some benefits to being on this email list. One, you get weekly job postings. They're always HR focused. I always have the salary in them. I stay focused on remote positions. I do have a position that I'm going to put in there that someone gave to me that is local to this area, because I will put that whenever I have a direct point of contact. So the person that's in Charleston, send me an email at heyhr.com, or I'm going to try to look for your stuff. I'm going to send you that resume because it is local to here, I believe, or it might be Charlotte. Anyhow, access to HR's monthly calendar is in the email list as well. I no longer post that anywhere else. Only the email list gets that. And from the email list, you get a direct way to send me any dates that you want me to do resume reviews. Y'all can reply to any of them emails and say, Tamika, you mind doing a resume review this day? Because I'll be available this Thursday. It's going to always be on a Thursday primarily. But if y'all give me suggestions, that'll help me with the calendar, and then you can be available for that. Same thing with the Q&As. I'm going to do another Q&A. I don't know where I'm going to put it now. So I got to figure out a date. Y'all can give me suggestions on the dates. Y'all can give me suggestions for new products. Tamika, I really enjoyed using the Level Up Your Career ebook. I really like the certification notes, but it would have been nice to have this, or somebody else gave me this. You know, you really should create this for HR. Let me know. Y'all always get discounts on products. You get the discounts before I even give it to anybody else. Y'all get higher discounts. Just for Labor Day weekend, only y'all got those discounts. I didn't put them anywhere else. Same thing right before I launched my website back in March. Only the email list y'all got a higher discount the day before, and y'all got early access to buy the day before. So y'all know y'all get tons of other resources in them emails. But during these resume reviews, I always want y'all to share these lives, take your notes, put your questions in the feedback. Y'all did an amazing job. I don't know if y'all shared it, I'm trusting y'all on the honor system that y'all did that. But when you're done with this, as soon as we get off, do me a huge favor. Just search HR and your Google search and leave me a quick review. But for those of you who, and that's for any and everybody, I really appreciate it. It helps my little channel so much because it helps Google know this girl got a real business, ranks me higher in search and all of that stuff. So really, really appreciate it. Another thing is that those of you that got a resume review, you're going to get a follow-up email. Reply, go ahead and do that survey in that email, because that's going to tell me if I truly helped you in your career journey. Because who knows, if I didn't, I'm probably going to send you an email and be like, hey, what else can I help you with? So any part of this, if y'all, whenever we go live, y'all share on your IG stories, share it on your LinkedIn, tag HR. On LinkedIn, you got to tag Tamika Green, but always spread the word about these free resume reviews, because I ain't doing them long. I'm going to stop doing these things. So if y'all feel like, hey, this was good, or I want mine done, I just want more of a customized approach, always schedule a call with me. Go to HR.com and you can schedule a call with me. Either one works, but Lenore will tell you. Miss Shannon, let the folks in the chat know. What you would say, the first thing you said was, dang, I should have scheduled an hour call, not 30 minutes. She ain't the only one that said that. I feel like every call I had this week said that. But I had quite a few calls this week, and I feel like majority of y'all said that. So pick what you want, but when you get that 30 minutes, I'm cutting it off. Y'all know I talk fast. I get a lot out, but then y'all gonna be feeling some way. So just pay attention to this calendar. Y'all already told me in the beginning of the chat, the beginning of the live, that y'all want me to keep putting this in every Friday's email. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Just keep in mind that the white is the YouTube video that's coming out. The purple is when I'm going live. So y'all already know we're gonna have some amazing guests this week. Y'all see all that purple? The only time I'm going live by myself is on the 8th. All them other days and the 30th. So we're gonna get to that in a second. But all the other days, we're going to have amazing people. So Nadeja going to talk to us about some career pivots. Then we're going to have Cassie talking to us about resumes. And then Jen is going to talk to us about how we can have that support group for the females who working in HR. But if y'all want to win $300, because folks say they want to win $300, tell me, if y'all win $300, I need another $300 in the chat. Because I know if that been enough people really want to win this money. And you know, the biggest thing I need y'all to do is don't be greedy with this thing. You know what I'm saying? Sharing is caring. So share out to other people like, hey, to me, give away cash app. That's how we getting this money. It's not going to be a gift card. I'm not giving you a discount on any products. I'm giving you a cash app. And we're going to do it live on September 30th. How y'all can win this money is all y'all got to do is be on the email list. Make sure that you go to HR.com or in the description box of this video, join on the email list. And then I'm going to send an email. The survey of that, the subject of that email is going to say, here's the survey. All y'all got to do is click the button in that survey and complete that survey into its entirety and click submit. You automatically get in the running to get $300. Now, if my email list, if I don't get a whole bunch of people added on, we just going to give away $300. But if we get too much people trying to get this $300, I'm probably going to have to give away 2 cash apps. So share this with your other people, because now the more people y'all add on, the higher chance you got of getting a cash app. So share this thing with some folks. But what we're going to do is make sure that only people in the US can get this money. I'm so sorry. I had my first international client customer this week. And I was so amazed to see that HR is selling over in Nigeria. Like, girl, y'all, I was beside myself. And that might not be my first one. That might be the first one I paid attention to. But I thought that was such a blessing. And I wish that I could do something for you guys, but I don't know my company's limits on that yet. I still learning business one-on-one on quite a few things. So only folks in the US can get this. Now, if y'all know somebody in the US, we can cash app in the US. Hey, listen, I'm down with it. Somebody you're going to trust who's going to get you $300 and get that $300 for you. Just keep in mind it's only going to be in US dollars. We're not converting out a darn thing. But September 30th is when we're going to give out this money. So y'all get ready. You got to be on the live. So if y'all aren't already subscribed, you might want to subscribe. And if you already subscribed, you might want to hit alerts, all notifications, because that way you already know when that girl go live on the 30th. I might run late like I did tonight. Now you can catch up and be like, let me see. Because you got to be present to win. I ain't doing what I did the last time. You got to be present to win. If you ain't here, and that's what I need to put on here. Oh, I got present. You got to be here. If you're not here, I'm not doing it. We exchanging cash apps on the call, on the live. So you got to be on. And just make sure you hit that submit. All right, y'all. So that's about it for me tonight. I appreciate y'all so much. I had such an amazing time with y'all. I thank y'all for those of you who come on here and learn and then bring your resumes back later. For those of you who turn around and give me those reviews like y'all do, I appreciate that. For those of you who always commenting on these videos, even if y'all just throw the purple hearts in the chat. I appreciate that. For y'all who share this out with other people, man, y'all, I appreciate that. Y'all, the end of my video, I can't never change it no other damn way because this stuff truly comes from my heart. I really, really appreciate y'all. But y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get some rest. I hope that y'all have a good night. And I cannot wait to see y'all not only on Tuesday's video, because y'all know we got a video coming on Tuesday, but we also are gonna have an amazing speaker on Thursday. Her and I are about to meet tomorrow, talk about some details. And then she's going to talk about career pivots. So that's going to help you guys who are pivoting into HR, but that's also going to help your friends who are pivoting into another career. So if you got folks where you're like, yeah, you know, I like HR, but she only talk about HR. Now you can tell them, hey, she got somebody coming on where they're going to talk about other career pivots for other industries, other positions outside of HR. And obviously there'll be some nuggets for those of you who are working in HR. So I'm so excited about her coming on, y'all. She is an amazing person who's in the space with me, and I've been watching her material for quite some time. I've seen her both on IG and LinkedIn. So I know y'all gonna have a good time with her, okay? All right, y'all have a good night.